It's Monday. You know what that is, our IQP Reflections. I'm joined today by Swimming and Diving's Audrey Berner. Audrey, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Rusty.
Can you tell us when and where your IQP was?
Yes, I went away a term last year to Kyoto, Japan.
And if you could give me the IQP title or a brief description of what you did in Japan.
Yes, it was modern marketing for the Kyoto Journal, an independent English-based arts journal in Kyoto, Japan. It was an incredible experience. We got to work with John Earson there. He's amazing. It was a really fantastic project. I had one partner, Sarah Love, and it was just a really great experience. It was really fun.
And
we got to, sorry.
Sorry, that's somewhat uncommon only to have one. How did you end up with one?
So our ID 2050 experience was just a little different. We had two partners back out of ID 2050 for different reasons. But yeah, it was just the two of us and a lot of adapting, but it was really fun. It was two girls. It was a powerhouse of positivity. It was great.
A powerhouse of positivity.
Yeah.
Use
We tried.
How did you select your location?
I really wanted to try and condense my applications to a term. I was hoping to sort of miss as little training as possible for swimming. That was something that I just wanted to prioritize. I wanted to be here definitely for C term with our end of season meet. And then I liked a lot of the sites in A term. I think I applied to Copenhagen and a bunch of other A term sites. And it really worked out, which was lucky but awesome. So
and this was one of your top sites, correct?
Yeah, it was my top choice. So
perfect.
I was
well, congratulations on getting your top choice. Tell us how you prepared for it, just language-wise and ID 2050 and all that good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So we had a prep course PQP for language, which was really awesome. And I didn't know this. Japanese has 3 alphabets, and we learned the first 2, and the third was a little bit more tricky to learn. But it was really fun getting to do a basic, kind of phrases tutorial, things like that. How to order food at a restaurant, say hello, ask directions, things like that. So it was really great to have that prep course. But it was totally, it's really easy to practice in a classroom, and then when you're kind of in the thick of it, you have to really just roll with whatever you can remember. But it was really fun. So we prepped a little bit on campus, and then a lot just on the day-to-day. You kind of prepare yourself for whatever situation you're doing.
Now, what's the first memory you have? Is it getting off the plane? Is it arriving at residence? Is it your first day on with project work? Is there one thing that you remember from the beginning?
I loved the food immediately. A complete devotion to ramen and everything that they have. Train station. This sounds kind of full of just food vendors and ramen shops immediately. So as soon as we got out of the airport, we were in Tokyo Station. So underneath the train terminal is Tokyo Ramen Street. It was incredible. So that was my first experience right off the train. So it was amazing.
And have you always enjoyed ramen, or is this a new experience?
Okay. Yeah, no, I love food. That was definitely me and Sarah were both food motivated people. I'd say we definitely, that was what got us outside of our apartment a lot.
That was part of your powerhouse energy, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
Talk me through a typical IQP day project for you and Sarah.
So the best thing about IQP, I would say for us, was you really determine your own schedule, which is awesome. We'd have scheduled advisor meetings once a week, but really you kind of get to determine what works best for you. And so we'd wake up, usually make pancakes. We had a kitchen, we had a kitchenette in our apartment, so that was really fun. And then you work as much as you need to that day. I think usually we would stop around lunchtime, get something to eat, and then we'd go explore the city. So most of our work time was really in the morning, and that was pretty fun because then you could go out and try and see different things in the afternoon when you were you just wanted to get out of the house and do some fun exploring. So that was really awesome. But yeah, it was really no day was exactly the same as the one before or after. We tried to mix it up as best we can and we all got bullet train tickets, so you could really shoot up and down the entire coastline. So we really tried to hit as many places as possible. But yeah, nothing was the same every day.
And that was on the weekends that you were able to venture off?
And sometimes during the weekday you could go, and honestly, you could go to the grocery store just to buy food, and that was an adventure in itself. So it really, there was something interesting to do every day. But we, even we tried to find, even just finding like the post office, or we were right across, actually our apartment building, Yokai Soho, was right across the street from Kitano Tenmangu Shrine. So it's a huge um, festival is hosted across the street every month, and we were there for two of those festivals. So it really, right outside our door, we had something going on every day. So it was awesome.
And I've gotten to know you just basically from meets on deck.
Yeah.
I've caught you talking to the Colorado system. You'll talk to anybody. So
Yeah.
you must have just enjoyed meeting random people. Is that an accurate way of describing
Yes, yeah, it was very fun to meet people. They're so nice. It was just incredible how many wonderful people we got to meet. Our group's favorite, hands down, Yoko was a local bartender slash restaurant chef. We made friends with him, and we'd visit him quite a bit, and he was a gem. He was our favorite. We hung out with him a lot, and he became a good friend. And when we went, actually, I think it was the Rugby World Championships were going on, so everyone was very excited. Japan was playing, I want to say South Africa at the time, but so everyone was very excited to see that. So it's just very lively. Everyone was so happy and involved. It was great. Yeah.
more academic based? Did
Yes.
you come across something that you didn't expect and have to make an adjustment or something new? Can you talk me through that?
Yeah, for sure. I would say a big lesson that I learned, Sarah and I were very good at working together. Usually we would say, our project sponsor wasn't as tech savvy as some. So he would like to have things sort of very, visually given to him. He liked a lot of graphics. He liked seeing things sort of on paper in front of him. And Sarah was very good at that. And I'd say I was more of the graphic side. I liked having large Excel spreadsheets with all of our data sort of really presented numerically and in a very sort of logical process that way. So instead, our big strength, I think, as a pair was, instead of choosing one deliverable for our project, we were able to give him both. So his team sort of could develop and flow with whatever was the most helpful tool moving forward. So I think they ended up using both. I'd say. Oh, yeah.
Looking back now, would you have prepared any different, or if you had to do it again, what would you do differently?
Better walking shoes. That's what I'd say.
Because you were able to go out and explore?
Absolutely. We walked every day. No cars. And the public transportation was so clean and so affordable. We went just everywhere. It's amazing.
Will you go back and visit?
Absolutely, hands down. It was
Perfect.
amazing.
Are you the type of person that will go back and visit, or will you check some other boxes and go to some other places and then come back to this? What's your plan?
I would love to go back to Japan and to see different sites. I'd love to see Mount Fuji, to go to Hokkaido. Definitely Kyoto was sort of central Japan. I'd love to be able to explore a little bit north and south of that.
And a few weeks later, when you get your grades, good news?
Yeah, so we got an A. We had a very successful project in that regard.
And do you want to shout out your advisor? I believe it's somebody that used to be associated with athletics, I believe.
Professor Greg Snoddy, Dean Snoddy. So he was incredible and amazing. And Kumiko, too, his wife, and Alex Farr, Professor Alex Farr. So everyone was so helpful and friendly.
Great. And a little known fact about Greg, Dr. Snoddy, before he moved back to the dean's office full time, when he came back to WPI, he was halftime in athletics and halftime in the dean's office. So always good to connect with Dean Snoddy for sure. Well,
he's awesome.
Audrey, it sounded like you had quite the experience on your IQP.
It was amazing. I would recommend studying abroad. I know this year's a little different with COVID and everything, but if you can, it's amazing. So yeah.
Well, I'm so happy that you had that opportunity, and thank you for sharing that with us, Audrey.
Thank you for talking with me.
We'll talk again soon. Thanks.